map might make a change as well, and could signify a change in Noname's mindset here, because he chose to play on Bel'Shir. Now, this map is not all too great versus mech, I don't think. I mean, for mech, for Terrans. What do you think? Is this a good map for meching versus Zerg?
I mean, I say it's... I think... oh my god. I kind of think it is, because you can hold the third base quite easy, but the fourth base becomes much harder to hold, which makes me think maybe it isn't. Because the fourth base is what's really important, so...
Yeah.
We'll see though if he still wants to go for it.
These two guys really... they really don't like each other.
The thing is, it's quite funny to watch, really. As long as it, like, unless it gets malicious, it's like BM's always like fairly funny. So maybe Noname's just trying to get in his head, man.
You know, TomikuS, he's one of these like really cocky guys, like really cocky. So this is not at all uncommon in games with him. He's got a really high self-esteem. Or should I say not self-esteem, but self-confidence, more like.
Yeah.
He's got it up there in the clouds. So, but you know, so does MC. It's like all these like really good, really well-performing players. When you examine their personalities and even more so their attitudes. Most of these guys are like really sure of themselves. It's like when you're hitting on women, you know. If you can pretend that you're the
hitting on women.
What?
All your anecdotes are about women.
I don't know. It's just the easiest anecdotes to make. Dude, I'm a man.
Women's solution for everything.
Yeah, it is. I mean, listen. All right, I'm a man. I'm into women, big time. So like, why wouldn't I make those anecdotes? But anyways, you come to a bar, right? If you can just pull off pretending like you're the biggest shot since Arnold Schwarzenegger, it doesn't really like have any impact of what you look like on whether or not you're going to pick up a girl successfully. Self-confidence is everything, and so is for professional players. Like, if you're not at all sure about yourself, just don't get into professional gaming or any professional sports for that matter. You just gotta have a lot of confidence. So, you know, some of these guys being cocky. Take Stefano, for example. He always had this like cocky attitudes, to especially when he was competing. That's one of the secrets to success in StarCraft and dating.
Yes, so do you have this Reaper in? Lings come out again. You know, no real difference from earlier games. Whoa. This time the Reaper should survive, and it does. And the command center is on the way down for him. The drone gets killed off by the Reaper too, and factory reactor on the way down. Again, as we expect so far, the real choice is not being made just yet.
No. It's what comes after the factory that's going to, or you know. Even still, if it is a starport with Banshees, even still, it does not necessarily have to be mech, or does it has to be mech at that point?
If he goes Hellion Banshee, well, he actually changes it up. He takes the third CC, so he's not going to. But it doesn't have to be mech, but it just goes more easily into mech.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, if you go bio, obviously your stim is very late, so you don't get the kind of timing to clear up the push. What you don't get the you don't get the time you don't get a chance to clean up creep with the push at like 11 minutes with 1-1, which makes like a 2-2 timing even harder. But what you do get out, what it is good against is, say if they rush Mutalisk, it's much better to go into bio, because then they don't have that creep anyway. So that then you can still go into bio, and you know you shut down the mutas a lot more easily, and you still have the potential to push. You have much faster bio upgrades than Ling upgrades.
Because you know this style of like going Hellion Banshee into bio, that was really popular during
Wings of Liberty.
Wings of Liberty, yeah, like 2012 second half.
Yeah. It was
or maybe even first half of the 2013.
It was at the end of Wings of Liberty. Yeah, Hellion Banshee was the only real team.
And a lot of Zerg players were having tons of trouble versus this Hellion Banshee into bio. Like Idra was raging about it constantly, especially on maps like I don't know, Entombed Valley, you know, and It's really interesting to see, like, despite new units being added on into the game and new strategies being developed, like how this constantly rotates, and you can see this in all matchups, like this constant rotation of greed versus aggression versus teching, and you know, the metagame is always changing. Like, it's pretty much like the fashion style, like that comes back every 20 years or something like that.
And here's Bio out of Noname. So maybe taunted into this by TomikuS.
Yeah.
I get the feeling he probably thinks this is a better map for Bio anyway, because it is.
It is.
And again, that fourth base is so hard to take with Mech. Defensively, it's much harder to hold, but with Bio, you can do just a huge rally push from the third base and continue that, and that makes it. That is what makes this map so great for that Bio player. So, not too much of a surprise to see this taking place here.
Yeah, and TomikuS immediately realizing what's going on. Double evil chambers going up, third base going up. I'm just looking for that Baneling Nest if he wants to throw that down anytime soon. I think he's just going to rush out those upgrades and then go with the Baneling Nest and then queue up his lair. That's the most likely order of things that he's going to be doing it at. And he gets a full scout as well, so he saw the 3 barracks, you know, and everything, and the starport with the reactor. So he knows exactly what he's playing up against. 1-1 upgrade started, and this is going to finish long before Noname's upgrades will be done. So TomikuS is going to be heading into the mid game really strong if he can queue up 2-2 upgrades right as 1-1 finish.
Yep, I completely agree with you there. You know, Noname really did delay his upgrades here to just get his extra barracks out earlier, just to be a little bit safer. Which is kind of becoming the standard in TVZ actually. If you go for this build, you know, 3CC build, it's becoming more standard compared to just getting a double engineering base straight away. So we do see these Hellions and Reapers pushing at the front, trying to pick off the Queen. Not too successful though. Do get some damage done. A medevac here is very interesting to me.
Yeah, this medevac is going to make a big difference actually, and here is when that delayed Baneling Nest comes in as not being such a good idea, because this Marine Force with the Reapers can stay alive for an absurdly long time, and TomikuS is going to need a really big amount of links to hold this very small Hulk back.
Such a weird push. I don't think I've ever seen this push in. You know, TomikuS, he asked for him to do something different. Well, here you go, TomikuS. I mean, this is weird, and he's being forced to make so many lanes. That being said, he's already on 60 drones, but he could be on 80 drones compared, like, if Noname hadn't done anything so far.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So a nice push out by Noname, something we don't really see at all, but it's so safe because you just pick up in the medevacs and leave.
What, did I see the Spire being cancelled right now? Yeah, it was. I think TomikuS realized that, wait, is he not going to go Spire? Wait, what?
I mean, he doesn't have to, but it's very standard to.
I mean, he should.
I mean, getting his Baneling speed is a priority.
Yeah, but he had enough gas to get both. That's the problem, and he's not getting his upgrades.
Maybe he thought he has. Thinks he has. He takes his gas now at the third.
There we go.
I mean, the thing is, he wants to. He is going inspired because he's taking 5th and 6th gas. If he was just sticking to Ling Bane, you only really need 5 gas at a max.
That's true. That's true.
So he knows he's going Ling Bane Muta or Ling Bane Tech. I think he's just wanted to put it down.
I think he just wanted to get those upgrades, those 2-2 upgrades rolling before getting that Spire. So yeah, actually, he would not have had gas for all of that. So now the Spire is going down, macro hatch being built as well, and we are transitioning into a fairly standard mid game here. And like I said, TomikuS, by queuing up those upgrades, will have a very good position here, because usually, you know, if the Terran puts a lot of pressure on you, you might spend that gas elsewhere, maybe on more Banelings or stuff like that, and you queue those upgrades up a little bit later.
There's that Spire. That's 100% just a mistake. Like,
yeah, I think
there's no need. There's no reason to get the Spire this late on. You would want. I mean, his gas keeps piling up here, and you know that. That's the gas he wants to start piling into Mutalisks around now, so
yeah.
There is a lot of Ling Bane here though, and you know, maybe this is something he does like to do that we're just not used to seeing.
That was a huge explosion of Banelings there. I just don't know if they took any Marines with them. I didn't see any Marines.
Back off again. Noname's going to keep fighting this. Some Banelings heading towards his natural. Some Marines will clean up the majority of these actually. He just needs to defend his third base, and I think he should be able to with his reinforcements streaming in. And you know, this is maybe something that TomikuS was planning to come in with, but it doesn't make so much sense. I mean, without 2-2, but it's the only real explanation because he's still not making mutas, but he's still got that gas. And there he goes. He will start making these now. Maybe he just planned to go for this attack, then into mutas, but he actually makes 15 banes. He just wants to keep attacking. He doesn't want to make mutas.
Well, TomikuS is a pretty aggressive player, and well, he's going to have to be wary of Widow Mines. There are no Overseers with this Link Bane force. So it's going to be a little bit tricky. 8 meters on the way right now, and I would love to see an Overseer somewhere. We have 0 on the field, in fact, and this might hurt TomikuS quite a lot. Some of these Widow Mines are not burrowed yet, but if Noname is... Oh my god, burrow that Widow Mine, dude!
Coming. He sees this attack coming in at least. He sees these Baners. The Widow Mines, they do burrow quite quickly. They do have the upgrade there, which has a big Widow Mine hit. The Baner hits on so big, and Reinforcements once again coming in from Noname. He doesn't have 2-2 just yet, which is a big factor here, but with pure Link, you shouldn't be able to do too much more. There's a bunker over here as well, which does help a lot. And now 2-2 finishes up for Noname, and this game suddenly becomes much more advantageous for him because there's still no meters out, and he can just... I mean, 6 meters on the way, that's not a scary amount of meters. I lied, there's actually meters to the right-hand side.
Yeah, they are, and they're going towards the
so
third
late.
base, and they're probably going to be harassing the... harassing the
oh my
natural. Now TomikuS is going to have to defend with just pure Link Bling if he wants to survive.
Yeah, these Baners are late though.
Yeah, he pumped out 11 drones prior to this attack, and he sent them to his 4th base. Couple of Widow Mines here, and the lack of Overseers is really starting to hurt TomikuS as he loses a bunch of Banelings to that Widow Mine explosion again. It just does not stop bugging me how the hell he does not have an Overseer with these mutas or his Lings. It's really like mysterious to me.
I just don't really get the whole of this game. It's been so weird altogether. Mines are recharging now at the 3rd base. TomikuS takes a moment.
Yeah, TomikuS, you can joke all you want, but this game is slipping from our grasp very, very quickly. I'm not gonna lie.
Terrans only have like 2 or 3 strategies in TVZ, like...
I mean, 3-3 is on the way for the Terran. TomikuS still did not get a 2 of an advantageous engagement yet, and he still doesn't have Overseers. I mean, these Widow Mines are doing some serious work.
Push comes to the 5th base. He is losing a lot of Medivacs here, and that's a big factor, and this Medivac will go down as well.
Oh my god.
If units in it, but you can see there's just so many Marines left over that even the Medivac's going down isn't a loss for him, but this is still okay for
Noname.
Noname continues to push in.
Yeah, he can still continue pushing in. Even losing these Marines is kind of okay-ish for him. He's on 3 bases. He's got turrets for the most part, well, somewhere. And even though he lost all of his army right now, if he's careful not to lose any more units needlessly, he should be able to stay alive at least. Now the problem is he hasn't been able to drop TomikuS anywhere, and TomikuS got his fourth base running. All he needs to do right now is not to slip on his macro, because if we take a look at the supplies, 144, 168, TomikuS is actually out-macroing his opponent severely. Given the cost-effectiveness of the Terran army, Noname might still be in this, but it's going to come down to the Baneling hits. If he can't split his Marines right, if he can't get the detonations of the Widow Mines that he wants, he will not win the engagement, and then...
Widow Mines need to burrow. Just in time.
Yeah, just barely in time. Oh, but TomikuS catches him with a beautiful flank from the low ground with the Banelings.
Mines do nothing.
Exactly.
I mean, Noname's done. I don't think he's got enough anymore. I mean, Lings and Meters are going to flood this front, and it's not a good engagement for him, but now he just redirects to third base. There's only a bunker over there. You can pick up these extra factories as well, and he could just make Banelings and go again.
And now he scans the fourth base. He knows about that one, but there is nothing at this point in time, unfortunately, that he can do about this. But the 3-3 has finished for the Terran player, and this is when the scales are kind of starting to turn for the Terran, because the Marines become absurdly cost-effective now. TomikuS, I don't know that he will be able to finish this game on the composition he has, and the fact that he hasn't built an infestation pit yet, he can't go Hive, he can't go 3-3, he can't go Ultras. If he had that Hive and waited for the Ultras, he could kill this army in one engagement.
This is the time he can go into that Hive, though. Of course, he's gained enough of an advantage to throw down an infestation pit and go into a Hive, and then still be able to hold off the relentless waves of Terran. But the moment's passed because he made more Banelings instead, and now he has to make even more Banelings. So, Noname coming back from a bit of a supply deficit, and again, without this 3-3 is going to kill off this archery so quickly, and no Banelings, bye-bye units for the Zerg players, actually.
Yeah, this is... Oh, the Rhine's actually doing more damage to the Marines than to the army of the Zerg player, but it's not going to be enough. Look at those 3-3 Marines just shredding through everything with their Gauss rifles. More Banelings coming in, but those Banelings, you know, they're losing cost effectiveness versus that +3 armor upgrade, and TomikuS, well, he... Like I said, this game is slipping from his grasp, and I don't think he can finish the game with these upgrades, with this composition. I think he, you know, a couple of bad trades, a couple of bad engages, and this is only going to last as long as he's got resources, but they are going to be dwindling. Finally, an infestation pit goes down. Now he's playing for time.
Yeah, and he needs a lot of it.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to get this going.
I mean, the infestation pit will finish in about 30 seconds, then you have 100 seconds for the hive, then you have... how much? 60-something seconds for the Ultralisk cavern, and then 55 seconds for the Ultralisks to come out. I mean, that's like 3 minutes of time, right? Maybe even more.
Yeah, it's so far away.
So, and this is going to give a
There's
lot
no
of
full
time
face for TomikuS,
to...
but he is counterattacking, and the natural wall is down again.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a mistake by Noname, and he does have a gap here at the south side of the wall as well.
I think he is going to lose his natural CC, and you know he's only on 2 command centers here. His 4th command center is only just building, so now back to 3 CCs even. But he will kill off a lot of bases of the Zerg.
But at the same time, you know, the 3rd is under attack, the 4th is under attack, the natural is under attack. There is nothing for TomikuS to defend here. He's trying to save as many drones as possible. Oh my god, all the Widow Mines just went down to the Banelings. That was a little bit of a mismicro by Noname, but the counterattack at Noname's base has been cleaned up.
He's just got too much. As long as he can survive these Banelings, he should be fine. And I mean, he's still producing Marines many at a time. And well, the Banelings will connect, but look at this, more Marines coming in from behind, and a nice split again here from Noname, and most of these Banelings going down, and the supply deficit stays the same. And it looks as though TomikuS might very well be down and out, as more Marines are still out on the map, still being produced, and with 4th CC being able to be taken from Noname, I mean, he just gets back into a better economic position, compared to TomikuS, who just can't retake bases.
No, he definitely can't. He is down on 39 drones, which, you know, when you're down on drones like this, I mean, 49, 50 would have been okay-ish in this position, but 39, that's really too few to make anything happen, and TomikuS's bank is just kind of running out. It's kind of the similar story with Zealots. Yes, you can like keep reinforcing with Zealots, but they're going to be dying so fast, and you're going to be losing minerals so fast if you're not making cost-effective trades, which is what happened here.